Welcome to Tiny Rails, the fun little game with a train. And here comes mine, slowly chugging past. This episode, there are quite a few things going on, so I will try and explain them all as I hit them. But let's get started. Okay, my train should be pulling into Halifax, and yes it is. Because the next part of the story, the main story quest, is in St John's, so I will set my train to go over there. One of the reasons for doing so is I have been quite successful in doing everything else, so I'm lagging behind in the main story, so I'm going to be concentrating on that for a while. Okay, what I have been doing since the last episode is I was in South America, this wonderful area down here, and I have been concentrating on South America Lower and all its cargo requirements, and I have completed them all in South America Lower apart from Santiago, which still requires 750 chai. In fact, I'm short of chai, over 1,000 or so chai short of for all my requirements currently. But having completed South America Lower means it is ready to collect. But before we get to that, I'll zoom out a bit further. After the big update to this game, this area here, Southeast Asia West, was locked. Well, by completing, even though I haven't collected South America Lower, this area got unlocked. And I had a depot in it, as well as a port, and all these wonderful stations which I'd already upgraded and done the cargo requirements for. I thought I'd have to do them again. But no, they all came back to me in the same state I left them. So the factory, I've already bought that car, it's currently on my train to be precise. Places like Bhopal already have all their cargo requirements done, the station is fully upgraded. Same with Ahmedabad or New Delhi. All these are done. So that was a nice surprise for me, which means that when I get to unlock Mexico, which complete Central America checklist, which means I've got to unlock the Caribbean, which will then, when I complete that, will unlock Central America. We don't complete that, I'll unlock Mexico. All the stuff I already did in Mexico should also be in the same state I left it, which was, as far as I can remember, 100% complete. That's the good news for me. So, in a second, I will be coming into St John's, Newfoundland, so I can continue with the story. Just to give my train a quick clean. The bad news is I have to collect a load of pollock and a load of chai for my current outstanding cargo requirements, as well as some pink salt, I think. I think they're the three things I haven't currently delivered that I can deliver around the world. Okay, here we go. Ah, it's Justin. Did you bring me the item? Oh yes, we're delivering a golden hockey stick. Catalina, I hope this buyer of yours owns some sort of museum. Justin, I don't care where it goes after my transaction is done. Catalina, I'll be coming for that item later, I guess. Here, take it. Justin, enjoy the Kremlin exhibit. I'm sure the mask will be beautiful. Okay, Julian, are we ready to go to the Kremlin? Nestor, ready as I'll ever be. Julian, I'll see you inside. You'll know my distraction when you see it. Apparently we're going to do some sort of robbery at the Kremlin. So I'm going to set my train off towards... Oh, where's Moscow? Where's Moscow? Moscow's going to be around here somewhere. There, that's Moscow. Right. I will set my destination as Moscow. Not that I'll get there this episode, but it's always good to be going in the right direction. I'm not picking up any cargo at this point. And I will now collect the reward. So now I've got to make a stop at Moscow. I figured that was next. Okay, so that's the train going the direction I want it to. So now I can go back to South America Lower and find the checklist, because I want to put this doggy looking train or engine and caboose on my train, just because. So as soon as I collect this, I'll get 50,000, a new factory, a new port, a new depot, and the Caribbean opened. I'll have to buy the new depot, which I assume is in the Caribbean. I don't know how much that's going to cost me, but I've got almost 10 million. So, new area unlocked, Caribbean if you come from a different part of the world to me. So now, if I go and have a look at the wonders of the Caribbean. Right. Okay. I can see a factory. Where's this new port and etc. that I was expecting? And I'm just looking up. I don't have to actually build any of the stations. My depot is chock full of stuff that for building stations, and it looks like I don't have to build anything. Still confused about where this new port and depot is, however. It certainly didn't get added down there. Well, the world's a strange place. I don't know where it just put a new port and depot, if it did put one anywhere. I was expecting one. But I can, well, I can happily buy. I can look at things like the Bahamas at 500,000 to buy it. Havana, well, it's only 5,000. I'll buy that one. I really suppose I should check the checklist for this as well. New factory will open Central America in 50,000 when I complete this. Serve 1,000 passengers. Travel 31,000 miles. Buy or upgrade 30 train stations. Collect gold from cars. Travel to 14 Caribbean cities, which I assume is about going to be all of them, and meet 2 market demands. So nothing too onerous. Just the travelling around the Caribbean is going to take a little while. Just let my train continue on as it collects something from this obstruction. So I'm kind of confused where this new depot and port are. Unless it's talking about the ones in the Southeast Asia West, which I already unlocked. Could have been, I suppose. You never know with this game. Sometimes it confuses me. Let me go back to Havana and fully upgrade Havana. Santa Clara is going to be quite cheap, so I'll buy that. Well, that's extremely cheap. Santa Clara is going to cost $1 million to fully upgrade. I'll spend the $1 million. I was expecting to buy a depot, so which I didn't have to buy. The Bahamas is $500,000 to buy. I'll buy it initially. Santiago de Cuba. You're mine. Montenegro Bay. You're definitely mine. Kingston, Jamaica. Yeah, I'll buy you all the way as well. Port-au-Prince. That's the nice thing about having money. Buying all these stations really doesn't worry me. Oh, this is real cheap. That's possibly... Santo Domingo has possibly got to be the cheapest station I've ever bought. Ponce. That means the word Ponce has an entirely different meaning where I come from. Certainly not a name you want to call somebody or something. Okay, I think that has possibly got me... Yep. Buy or upgrade 30 train stations. Well, I did that pretty much instantly with the Caribbean. In fact, the only one that's outstanding, that's not fully upgraded, is the Bahamas, which is going to cost me $3 million to fully upgrade it, so... I was expecting to spend the money on a depot anyway, so what the heck. That's the Caribbean with all its stations upgraded. So, just let me have a quick look round. Are they peanuts? Okay, it's got what looks like books in here as well. Alright. That wants steel or aluminium. That one's strawberries. So most of this stuff is going to come out of America by the looks of it. Water, that's going to come out of Canada, I think. Okay, I think I've got chips, or computer chips. Don't have fireworks, or if I do, I don't have many. Wood. A load of these cargo demands. Okay, candle's going to be a bit more challenge. Honey. Pretty much all of it is coming out of Canada or America, apart from possibly one or two things. Quite a few bits of barbecue at once. But okay, apart from peanuts, which is wanted for one of them. So that's not too bad. So I will be heading to the Caribbean at some point to fulfill the cargo demands. I'll also show my depot is stuffed full of stuff because I was expecting to be building more things once again, and apparently I'm not. So I have a load of building materials and a load of stuff I just picked up along the way from obstructions or various bits and pieces. When I was in South America, I overloaded with stuff that was unique to there because I thought I might need it. Apparently I don't. At least not in the Caribbean. So I have a cargo depot full of stuff. Okay, I've got a bit of wheat and tomato. But things like, I've got meatballs and cooking oil which are not needed. Pineapples. Sheep. Pepper. All this stuff which I just let go into my depot or go into my train and throw it into my depot. Which, for the most part, is not needed. Not entirely ideal, but I can sell it anyway. And finally, the other... Well, actually, there's two more things. This Biggie snake car here is the second of my two Biggie snake cars. I fully upgraded the previous one, and it creates a really big snake. So I had another one lying around, so I figured, what the heck, I'll throw that on my train and see if I can fully upgrade that one. I'm still waiting for the alpaca car to reach level 3. It's not that far away. So I will have fully upgraded two Biggie snake cars. My train could do with some maintenance and stuff. I'll leave it at this. The other news is, I think it was yesterday, day before, maybe yesterday, maybe the day before. Tiny Titan Studios released another update for Tiny Rails, and this update dealt mainly with money, or Benjamins as they put it, but little things like they have now apparently fully corrected the font of the amount of money you have in the top left. Before, they corrected it once in a previous update, relatively recent update, because it used to get huge and cover pretty much all the way up to this kind of box I'm drawing in the corner. Well, after the update, it kind of just about covered the passenger symbol, got slightly bigger. Now it doesn't appear to do that, so it looks like they've corrected that. But the most important part of the update is your caboose collects money when this game is offline. If you don't set a destination for your train, you just let your train free wander around the world whilst you're offline. And it used to, you might get 100,000 if you left it long enough. More than likely you got somewhere between 30 and 60,000 if you left it for 8 to 10 hours. Well, now you will be able to fully fill your caboose with money if you leave it long enough. Before, it seemed to hit a limit and stop. Now, as my caboose currently does, it can contain up to 500,000, I believe. Yeah, it's currently got 24,000 in there. So if I leave it for long enough, I go away for a couple of days, I can come back and I will have 500,000 in my caboose, which is nice. They've also corrected a couple of other things. Well, I say a couple of other things. A few things with the money, including if you can't afford to buy something at a station, then the little money icon will turn red, or the little buying icon. And there's a couple of other minor bits and pieces which I can't honestly remember. But if you check for the update on Steam, you will see what I'm talking about. One has something to do with the date not being correct, and like I said, I can't remember them all. But this update came out a week or so, if that, after the previous update. So Tiny Titan Studios they were serious when they said they were coming back to this game to fix everything, update it, and make everything work. And they're going through all the bugs that people are reporting on Steam discussion boards or wherever else they're finding them, and they are fixing them and correcting things. I believe, from what I saw in one thread on one of the Steam discussion bits, they are talking about cloud saves being added sometime shortly. I have no dates, I have no information beyond that, but check the Steam discussion boards and maybe you'll find out more than I did. And fair play to them. They're taking coming back to this game seriously. I do appreciate the fact they fixed it so I could continue, but I wasn't expecting them to do everything. So I don't know why they've come back to it all of a sudden. But they're doing a darn good job of correcting everything which had been complained about for some time. So that's always nice. I do like taking trips across the Atlantic, so I got 18,000 just from the passengers for that trip. Anything? What else was there? So I've got the Caribbean now open. I'm on my way to Moscow to complete the next part of the story, which I believe we're going to do something with a golden mask in there to help find the city of El Dorado. Oh yes, there was one other thing I wanted to do. Because of all the... It's the map. It's the map I want right now. Right. And I'll zoom out. Because South America has all this wonderful cargo which is unique to South America, it actually allowed me to fulfill the cargo requirements of about a dozen places in Africa again. I believe there's a couple outstanding, and I'll have to try and find them. But there's a couple outstanding that want chai tea. And I can't remember exactly which ones they were. I think... No, that's not one of them. I can vaguely remember the names, but can't hold me to them. But there are a couple over in this general area that want chai tea. I don't have enough chai tea for their requirements. But more importantly, it allowed me to deliver cashew nuts and a couple of other bits and pieces to Oceania, which now means that Oceania is 100% complete. So if I go to the wonderful maps, okay, what we got? North America, completed and collected. Alaska, completed and collected. Europe, completed and collected. Russia, completed and collected. Asia, completed and collected. Oceania, 100% complete. I can now collect 100,000 as my reward. And the next one that could be completed is Africa. It's 99% complete. When I get enough chai, it will be 100% complete, which is why I want to continue the story, because to get the story that's in Latin America, the Latin America chapter, I've got to complete chapter 3-10 of the South America chapter. And I'm only up to chapter 1-17. So I need to progress the story if I want to be able to play with the story when I get to Latin America. Hope that made sense. So hence the reason I've been to St. John's to deliver the golden hockey stick. I'm now heading to Moscow to do something with the golden mask. I can't remember if we're robbing it, just examining it, or what Catalina and crew want to do. But whatever it is, we will do it. And then I have no idea where we're going from Moscow, but hopefully it will lead to chapter 2, where we can find the next part of the path to El Dorado, the city of gold. That is the hope and the dream. And that's pretty much everything, I believe, for this episode. I don't think the next episode's going to be particularly thrilling, because it's going to be the Moscow episode, and wherever it sends me from there, and I've got no idea. And because I'll be at Moscow, I'm going to be in the middle of a landmass, so I can't easily get to a port or another continent. So I don't know exactly what I'm going to be doing, apart from possibly selling a load of stuff out of one of my depots so I can make some more room for the stuff I now need in the Caribbean. And And I think that's about everything I wanted to cover in this episode. Well, I say the next episode won't have much of interest in it. Probably be the next episode I've got just over 1 million, plus whatever is in my caboose. So I will probably go and see if I can find some brand new cars. Oh, I knew I'd forgotten to do something. I absolutely, completely, utterly forgot that I said I was going to put the wonderful looking dog type car and caboose on my train. And that's new. That little arrow, pointing arrow, if you're changing a car or messing with your engine, that didn't used to be there. But, okay, now this... Oh, hang on, let me get out of the wonderful edit mode. I go to the trainery, and they have corrected the trainery from when I mentioned it in the previous episode. I know this it's a Mutzcuts engine. I've actually got a Mutzcuts car as well. I don't know if that gets a bonus for using a Mutzcut engine. I am 1 engine short of the 35 that I can totally find. I think last time, or maybe there's sometime in the recent past, I mentioned that they fixed this bit of, it said there were 29 available engines and I had 33 of them. They have corrected the trainery so that all the engines that I can get to appear there. And the Mutzcut car has +5 speed if using Mutzcut engine and caboose. Okay, it's not location specific, so my speed should have gone up. Which means I should be doing about 265 miles an hour now as a standard speed. 263, okay. And 329 when it's boosted. Slightly faster. I just think it looks cute. So I got 1 more engine and caboose to collect from Latin America when I... Latin America? No, from the Caribbean. Hang on. Have I got 33 or 34? I got 34 out of the possible engines. And yet, there's a WAP 7 engine, which when I complete the Central American checklist, and another one for completing the Caribbean checklist. Okay, that's going to be good. I'm going to end up with 36 out of 35. I must have an extra engine, which is not on the list. I'll have to figure that one out. I'm not sure how I got it as well. I thought there's something weird going on, but that's a minor aside. I've got my Mutzcut engine. My train now looks different than it did before with a new engine. And that's where I'm going to end this episode. As always, I hope you enjoyed, or at least found it interesting to see what's changed since the last episode. And hopefully I'll see you down the track for more of Tiny Rails in the near future. Cheerio!